Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's tutorial I'll be taking you guys on how to make this top. And this was the first way I did mine. I actually made a little mistake here, but you guys should not worry. We are going to fix it when it gets to that place, alright? So stay tuned and let's get started already. So guys, first thing first, you're going to place your fabric into two folds and then you get your full length plus 1 inches. I used my full length plus 1 inches. Okay, so once you get that, you go ahead and get 10 inches. This is a together sleeve top. Okay, the sleeve is together in the clothes. So once you get 10 inches for it, you also get your half length, and then I'm going to that this is the measurement I'm using, and I used a whole total of 17 for that. I also got 17 on that place on the 10 inches I marked. I also went ahead to mark my 17 inches. That's for the sleeve. Okay, so you can do your 16 if you want, depending on how down you want your sleeve to go. Okay, so I used 17, so 17 17. Then on my half length, I also measured my waist measurement divided by 4. I added it and also added 2 inches allowance on my waist measurement. Then also I used my hip measurement to get of the down part of the top. Okay, so I connected the down part of the top to my half length. Then on the 10 inches I marked, that's going to be the chest line, I connected the line there to the waist measurement. Okay, you can see the way I connected it. That's the way you're going to connect yours. All right, so you're now going to cut it out. Guys, listen, the 10 inches is going to serve as your chest line. Okay, so you're going to connect it from that chest line, you're going to connect it to the waist line and then to the other hip measurement. Okay, so like this, now I'm going to use this one to cut out the back. So the full length I'm using for the back is 21 inches. All right, I use 21 inches for the back, while the front is, I think, 24 or 25 or so. So because the front, I'm still going to cut it, to give it that V shape of a thing. So the next thing I'll be doing now is to open it up. I'm going to place the two midpoints together. That's for the neck. The two midpoints together. The back is under. It's going to be inside. So once you place it like this, you're going to cut out your normal round neck, but now I'm using only just 1 inches for the round neck. Okay, 3 inches for 3 inches, and then 1 inches down. We're going to use, instead of using 3 inches as our normal round neck, I'm going to use 1 inches, the 1 inches we normally use for the back of a dress. So I'm going to use the normal 1 inches and then 3 inches also for the neckline. I'm going to cut it off and then open it up again. So once you're done with that, do well to give it a notch so that you know where the midpoint is. Okay, where the middle is. So right now I'm going to now extend this sleeve. Okay, I did extra from the midpoint. I did 9 inches to one side of the cloth. So you also do yours if you want it to stop at 9, if you want it to fall more, but I think 9 is okay. So I did 9 inches for my own from that midpoint that I notched. I did 9 inches on one side. You guys can see it here. So I'm going to connect it back to that 1 inches to the middle, that 1 inches we have in the middle, so you guys can see it as I'm doing it now. So just connect yours the same way and then I'll cut it off. Okay, so guys, when you're done with that, you go ahead and join the two sleeves together. After joining the two sleeve, hem the round sleeve and also the round neckline. Okay, the round neckline, you know that you're going to hem it just tiny. It's going to be tiny, And then the sleeve, you're free to do anything you want to do. Mine is bold, so if you want yours to be bold like this, you're also free to do it like that, or maybe make it tiny as the neckline. So that is it for this. The next thing I'll be doing now is to hold the side with the measurements. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and shape the both sides, but please, when shaping, don't stitch the down part of it, because you're still going to lose it up a bit to add that V shape in the front. So after that, you're going to go ahead and get 3 inches. I used 3 inches from the midpoint of the down part. I used 3 inches instead of getting 4 inches of your dart. So I used 3 inches instead of four to get the v-neck, where the v-neck is, v shape is going to stop. So I'm going to connect it, and by the sides I used 6.5 by the sides. Okay, I think 6 or 6.5 also. So by the to both side, that's what I used by the both side. Okay, so that's for the both sides. So then I have to connect it to that 3 inches I have at the down part. Okay, so after cutting that, I have to go ahead and then measure what I have on the both sides. That's the V of the both sides. Please mind you that when cutting this, be very careful so that you don't go ahead and cut your back piece. All right, so, and mind you that this is only at the front that I'm cutting. Okay, I did not touch the back at all. So after cutting, I had 10.5 and 15.5, so I went ahead to cut out the fabric I'll be using for that. And I also made sure that the fabric is longer than what I have. Like for the 10.5, I had like 15 inches, and then for the 15.5, I had almost 20 inches at the length, and then for the width, I had 3.5 inches on fold. Okay, so 3.5 inches on fold. So this was where I made my mistake. Instead of sewing this thing like this, pointed like this, that pointed area should be the place that should be inside. I hope you guys understand. The way the outer place is inside, that's the way the pointed area should be inside, and then the other side should be outside, and then that place that is pointed should be the one going inside, and not the other. Like, it's going to be the reverse of this thing I did now. I hope I can explain this, and the cloth is not here to start redoing it for you guys to see. So just the way that place that is inside now is going to be outside, and then the place that is out, that is pointed, is the place that should be in. All right, I hope you guys get this. I hope you guys understand this. So right here, I'm done with it. Okay, you're going to sew that side that you slanted, and then every other side is going to be on top. Like, you're going to just stitch it up, stitching. Okay, so after that, you're going to just go ahead and then attach it to that V shape. Okay, and that will be it for this tutorial. But then after this, you're going to also go ahead and then fold the back of, when sewing this, you have to attach one first before you can now go ahead and attach the other one. Okay, that's how you're going to attach this thing carefully. So after this, now you're going to go ahead and then fold the back. Okay, remember we've already stitched the both sides. Just open it up, do this, and then fold the back, and then you restitch again. So if you want to put zip, you're free to put zip. Okay, I had to put zip in mine because the tummy was very free, so I needed it to be a bit tight, so I had to put zip. So this is it here without the zip on it yet. I've not added the zip on it yet, so this is it without the zip. When I was done without attaching the zip, so I'll go ahead and then stitch it to some extent and then attach my zip. But I'm going to bring it in because it was loose on the waist, so I'm going to bring it more in and then attach my zip. So guys, this is when I started attaching the zip. I had to bring my hand in more in okay, because the waist was loose, so I had to bring my hand more in. Okay, I used an invisible zip. So this is me attaching the zip. I have to attach it by the side of the clothes. All right. And guys, this is the final result that we have here. So I hope the video is very helpful. I hope you guys learned something. So the sleeve is going to be one hand is going to be off, while the other shoulder is going to be on very well. So I actually made a mistake here. I hope you guys do understand, but if you can't understand, you can actually do go ahead. For mine, I'm going to go ahead and just cut it off and then top stitch on it. That's the only way I can fix mine now. Then I've already attached my zip because I want the waist to be tight. But if you don't want the waist to be tight, you are free to just leave it like that. Okay, you're free to do your thing. So thank you guys for watching. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.